All right, let's move on. The NFL and the NFL Players Association have been talking about a new labor deal. The New York Times paints a very positive picture of the possibility the deal will be done sooner than later because the NFL wants to get labor peace and then go to the media companies and get extensions for TV deals going beyond 2022 when the bulk of those contracts expire. It makes sense. I understand it. But, Chris, here's the reality. It's one thing to have cordial conversations when you're checking off the issues that there aren't a fight about. But when it's time to get down to the big issues, money and other things the players want, that the union wants, that the league wants, you may hit some roadblocks. And just because it's been a smooth start, it can change at any point. And look at how cantankerous it was back in 2011. It can retreat to that very easily. And I think the players are the ones more likely to go that route this time because the league is very happy with the CBA. They never complain about the current CBA. They say it works for both sides, which is code for it really works for us, and we'd like you to think it's working for you too.
Yeah, I mean, yes. Hey, listen, I'm all for it. I hope everything works out the right way. I want this to move in the right direction and for both sides to see eye to eye. I mean, come on, we got football, NFL. It's going in the right direction. We got the last CBA done. Everything was skyrocketing in the right direction. Then we had the kneeling anthem protest. Football kind of got hurt there for a little bit, rebounded, and everything seems to be on the up and up. So we don't want to lose this momentum as far as people that are associated with the NFL. But I mean, to me, yeah, when I look at things right away, I just go, yeah, this is good, but we haven't talked about franchise tags or fifth-year options yet, or little things like that are truly affecting, sometimes ruining NFL players' lives that way, and those are going to be some of the nitty-gritty details that, yeah, I want to see how friendly this relationship stays when they get into some of those type of discussions.
And the item in the New York Times touches on an important issue that the union leadership would like to get a deal done before March of 2020 when Eric Winston will step aside as the president of the NFL Players Association and a new president will be elected. And the New York Times doesn't venture very far down the rabbit hole, Chris, but there's a real concern both by the union and by the league, that someone could take over as NFLPA president and be far more aggressive, far more confrontational, far more hell-bent on trying to get things that they're just not going to be able to get without a strike. And the reality is a strike isn't going to work. But, it could quickly shift from cordial to some sort of a war footing between the league and the union, depending upon who the next president of the union is. That gives both sides a reason to get this deal done before March. They both have to be on the same page about when the deadline is. Anytime you've got a high-stakes negotiation, if you don't have the two sides in agreement on when you need to get the deal done by, you can't get the deal done because nobody wants to move to their bottom line before they have to. Because if you do, you get squeezed off of your bottom line position. So if they can agree, we want to get this done by March 1 because we want to be able to go get these new TV deals and we're concerned about who the next president of the NFLPA is, let's just get it done. Let's have peace, and then let's go make a ton of money. And the challenge is going to be making that all work before, there could be a faction of the players who see what's coming and they say, we want to fight. Yeah. We don't want it to be cordial. We don't want it to get wrapped up quickly. It's not going to be an easy thing for the union to pull off. No,
I mean, the union, I think, is more intelligent and ready for business negotiations than ever before. First of all, Eric Winston, I think, has been a phenomenal leader to this point. He's a guy I know who I have a lot of respect for. He's fun. I mean, he's smart. He understands football. He's there to support the football players. But, yeah, it is going to be interesting to see what the players are willing to or not to kind of stand up for in this process. And to me, I mentioned, I think the two things that are going to be, big talking points, that's the franchise tag and the fifth-year option. Those are things that bother me. But players know what's going on.
I guarantee you neither one is going anywhere. But you could have somebody who decides to get involved in union leadership and try to pursue these things that are just essentially a waste of time because we're never going to come up with a compromise. We're never going to give up enough to get rid of the franchise tag. So let's not waste our time arguing about the franchise tag. Let's be very efficient in how we boil this down to the issues where we need to have a meaningful negotiation. And the challenge in any negotiation, you have to have both sides understanding each other and speaking the same language. And if you have one side trying to be cooperative and the other side trying to be combative, and last time around it was the NFL trying to be combative, you could flip it this time and it makes it harder to get a deal done. But as long as the union can't back it up with a strike, and I don't think they can, the current players will not give up their game checks. They will not give up the ability to play football to help somebody who's going to play the sport 5, 10, 15 years from now.
No, I mean, that's exactly it. That's what we talk about it all the time. That's what this is, part of the vehicle that the franchise tag is used on. These players will just play football. They won't really fight us. They're just going to say, yes, they like playing football, and they're the type of guys who, take coaching and want to please the coaches and please their teammates. So, yeah, those are the avenues that, the owners have a definite advantage over the players because, players want to play football. That's what they want to do. And, some of those things are going to be pretty interesting to watch here down the stretch of these negotiations.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.